Hey everybody, this is Rebel Builder and I have an alternate build for you. This is Gold Leader's Y-Wing Starfighter. This is a 2012 set and is set number 9495. Now for me, this is one of those sets that I didn't get, one of those that got away. So I went ahead and parted this out on Bricklink. I collected all the parts just by seeing the inventory that they have on that set. But I didn't want to build it exactly the same. I wanted to make a few modifications, so let's take a look at what I did. First off, I wanted to build it in different colors. I didn't get too crazy, but mostly what I did is I built this section here in bright light orange. I wanted to mix it up from just the regular yellow. I didn't want to get too crazy, but I felt like this kind of matched my Ralph McQuarrie X-Wing fighter from his concept art that I built. I really like that color combination, so I wanted to recreate it here. Now because of that, I did have to make some modifications here. To the cockpit here, the real set has a 2x4 wedge and then the 2x3 wedge plates here. So they don't make that piece in the bright light orange, so I had to put 4 of these here and slide this whole section back. And instead of a 1x3 plate here, I put a 2x1 tile. And you can see I've got my Rebel pilot in here. That's definitely not Gold Leader. But one of the changes I had to make, with these wedge plates, they all got pushed back. So his hands don't quite fit down on the controls like I would like them to. But really for me, you close the windshield and you can't really tell. Also another change would be, I think the set called for a grill tile here. They don't make those yet in bright light orange, so I just had to use the regular tile. And I really like the look of this cannon up here. It spins around in just simple Technic pieces and construction. So that's one good lesson, when you're building your MOCs, that you can take all those crazy little Technic pieces and turn them into really cool details. Another change would be on the tips of the engines here. This 4x4 round plate inside of there, that's also in the bright light orange. And I didn't get the sticker sheet for this. I kind of wish I would have, but I don't have the stickers on the side of these white cylinders. Another change I'm really fond of is just replacing the colors of the engines. The real set calls for that transparent orange color. I really like this bright pink color. I don't think that's the real Bricklink color, but this is what we've seen on Poe's X-Wing Starfighter, and I really like the look of that, so I swapped those guys. There's so much detail on the middle of this set here, so many greebles. And when Industrial Light and Magic was building the original models for these sets back in the 70s, that's where the term greebles came from. So I like that this kind of all ties back to that. But another change I made are these dark bluish gray bars here. The real set called for brown. I just didn't like the look of the brown, so I put dark bluish gray in there. And the real set in this section here has a flick fire missile system here. The missiles would stick out of the front here and there would be an axle in the back and you could tap the axle and those would shoot. I go for, Lego can be either a model or it can be a toy, and it's really in between. I just lean towards the model side of things, so I don't like things falling off every time I pick it up, so I just swapped out a couple of pieces on either side there. A shot from the back here, you can see more of the greebles going on here. These are the pieces here, these 2x1 with the studs on the sides that I replaced, for the flick fire missiles here. But I love the little details with the grills and the hooks and just kind of, getting creative with using all these different parts. And, you don't have to make up a real reason for them. You don't have to have like some scientific working order. This is Star Wars and you can throw a bunch of junk on there and it looks really cool. If you're not familiar with the real set, there's this little compartment here, this little slope here. What you do is you have these missiles here, proton missiles here. But on the bottom, there's a little bracket here, which is a little handle. So you pull this back and it's a little bomb bay, and out come your proton missiles. And by now you've noticed that I have Chopper in here as the astromech. If you follow the Clone Wars, part of his backstory is he was an astromech on a Y-Wing. And I love Chopper, I love Rebels, so I included him here. But kind of the one aspect of this set that I had problems with was the thickness of this section here. It just looked a little flimsy, and you know, I looked at some models that were actually in the real movie, decided to just beef it up a little bit. I added 2 layers of plates through here, just raised it up that much. So I think it kind of flows better from the cockpit down to here and up to here. It doesn't look so skinny and so wimpy. But the other thing I had to do is underneath where the astromech goes, you know, that piece sits way down there. So I actually put a 2x4 brick inside of there, so especially Chopper, since he's a little guy, so that he can be propped up a little bit and have a better look. And as soon as I started ordering parts for this set, I read some of the 2017 Lego set rumors that we're supposed to get a new Y-Wing. And I don't know if it's a Rebel set or I don't know if it's Rogue One, but I'm going to be very curious to see how this one compares to the new set. I'm sure, you know, they'll have some spring-loaded missiles built into it, but I'm really curious to see how much of these techniques they really evolve. But I would vote for a new custom windshield. I think that would be the one thing I'd really want to change. I think, considering that this is a 2012 set, it holds up really well with the construction techniques and the look of it. Like I said, the greebling, the techniques, all of that is really cool through the middle here. I even like how they did the extensions of the engines here with these axle pieces and the Technic connectors. I just think it looks really great. I'm sorry I missed the original set, and I was really glad to put this thing together. And these parts are all pretty common. You can find them on Bricklink. Getting this set together on Bricklink with the minifigures, that gets a little pricey, and so I decided to part it out. You know, I have a lot of gray pieces in my collection, so I was able to pull those out of my collection, get a few of the white pieces, which I didn't have, and certainly I didn't have all the bright light orange. But I'm really glad I took the time, and this is my first Y-Wing I have in my collection, so it feels really good to have this guy next to my other Rebel Starfighters. So leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you think of this set, and what do you think of the modifications I did to it. Do you like the bright light orange color, or do you wish I would have just stuck with the yellow? And as always, thumbs up this video. That helps my channel grow a little bit. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm always working hard on new videos and new kind of builds, and it'd be great to have you on board. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back soon.